Right, we're getting towards the end of this Ford Focus project. The sills came out nice. I just put a little bit of paint on them to make them look a bit better. And then I got some, I had the whole old holes where they put the Zybar in. I took the plugs out and things like this. And I filled them up with my mix of crown rust proofing and clear this time. I wasn't going to waste the black. I have some clear stuff, like, well, they call it amber. But you can see down on the floor here, like you can see how it's all pouring out of that sill. I don't mind that because I'll just scoop it up and brush it underneath, and that's good. But you can perhaps see there how the crown and the wax it soaks in, it blends away. You know what I mean? And that's what we want. We want something that's going to spread inside and it'll go vertical and things like that. You know, it's shocking in a way that in Quebec we've got no annual inspection. This car was in a shocking state when we got it. It was really bad. I'll try and put some little inserts of it because I did take some videos as I was doing it, but it was really, really bad. I ended up making new panels for the inside of the sill to go onto, which was kind of tricky. Let me see if I can find my templates and I'll show you what I did. Well, they got covered in ATF. But this is the sort of thing to do if you're not really sure about making patches and things like that for your car. Make them out of card, fairly stiff card, not paper because that's too flimsy. But this thick card, it's like artist card. You get at the dollar shop, you get 2 or 3 sheets for $1, so it's not all that expensive. But that means you can play around with it and cut it and mould it, and you can see what my problem was, because, is that right way around? Yeah, it was like this. So I'd lost material here and I'd lost this lip, so this is what I wanted to plug weld onto. So what I did was I did a series of holes in the panel. I'll see if I can find that picture as well. And then just sort of filled in the holes like plug welding or spot welding if you want to do, and it made a nice solid job. Now the beauty about doing this was I didn't waste my time. Well, I did, because I shouldn't have bought it anyway. But if you make paper templates out of things, because I knew I had to do both sides, all you do is just invert your drawing, you know, invert it, and there you go for the other side. You've got 2 at the same time, so you're not wasting your time. Another little thing I like to do, it's probably not very observant here, but I put a little nick where the lines are, where the fold lines are. And the reason for that is, if you put this onto a piece of sheet metal and draw around it and things like this, if you're going to do a left and a right, it's easy to put a little nick in your sheet metal with a pair of snips or your grinder or something like that, a slit-ins disc, and then you'll know exactly the line. Because sometimes if you put a marker, like a Sharpie, well, you don't know what's on the other side, and trying to transpose it to the other side might be a bit tricky. But when you put it into your sheet metal brake, it's easy to line up. I bet you want to see my sheet metal brake as well, don't you? Come on then. I must have made this 20 years ago, just out of scrap. I think the only thing I bought was the metal for the frame, because I was originally going to bolt it to my bench, and I found out that I couldn't really get all the material behind it if it was on a bench, if I wanted to do it properly. And it's only out of angle iron. You can see what I've done here. I've put a brace bar with a nut, so I can put some tension to stop this bending this way, and the same at the top to keep that from bending, because I used to bend Land Rover chassis pieces with this. They're like 3mm steel. It was kind of strong stuff, but you know, you can get a nice bend on that. And also I made it adjustable. Underneath here is some valve springs from a Series 2A, and I've got some nuts on there so it'll automatically push itself up. And I built another feature into it here, so this was you could move. You see, there's a gap here. You could move this in and out. So if you wanted to put metal from underneath, you could bend it the other way. So it's been quite a good tool. I don't use it all that much because you can see by the state of the dust and rubbish. But it's been, you know, it's times like this, it's damned handy. I think these are steering tubes off a Series 2A. But just knock it up, and it's great. Made all the hinges and everything. Very simple to make, but it's sometimes in times like doing that car, it was a godsend because it's like 3 foot across, and you can get some nice sized panels in. So there you are. Now today's job, should I choose to accept it, because it is Monday, it's a holiday Monday, but I've got to get on and get something done, is I'm going to put the trims back in, like all the carpets and things like this, because not only did I use the holes at the front of here, on the front of the sill, I took the carpets out and I went in from the back as well, drilled some holes in the back to get all that rust proofing in. This isn't going to rust out, I'm sure of that. Put that in, get the car cleaned up, and I'm going to put a dash cam into it. Now I did a video on this dash cam unboxing, and I was hoping to put this into, you know, months ago, but because the car was on the lift, well, I never quite got round to it. So there's something to look forward to, and we're going to do a comparison between my dash cam, and I've got sent another dash cam which I'm going to put in my Land Rover, so it's going to be dash cam central this week. Yeah, well, I'll do the Land Rover outside when it warms up a bit. Yeah, that's it. So that's the news. See ya.